Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and for spending some minutes with me. Today I want to talk about real estate. What you see on the screen is an analysis for a real estate opportunity. And this is how I like to look at the numbers. I know if you go to the different website platforms, they provide some of this information, but they never provide it like this in a table. And so I like to look at the numbers, in this particular way. So what we see here is an opportunity. I saw this opportunity recently. I walked by this opportunity and I was quite impressed. I think it's a beautiful house that sits near the beach. And so the price of the house at the moment is $800,000. It has 2 bedrooms. So that means that for every bedroom you would be paying $400,000. And it also has 61 square meters, which is about 600 square feet. And that means that for every square meter, you would be paying $13,000. And so if we look at the rest of the houses in the list, this one is the most expensive one. And I think it's overvalued, and probably over the next few months or quarters or even years, this price should be going down. The particularities and the reason why I think it's so expensive is because it has a beautiful yard, a beautiful garden that is about 200 square meters, which is 2,000 square feet. The other houses or apartments don't have such a space, and that's why probably they want to get the premium. The other particularity is that this house is probably 75 yards from the beach, while the others are 150 yards or 200 yards from the beach, something like that. And as we can see, some of these houses have a garage. In this case, it's optional. You can pay another 63,000 on top of this 365 for the garage. And so this gives us an idea of some amounts that we can use later in our analysis. So what I want to do is to see, I find this expensive, and we'll see now in the analysis why I think this is expensive and how much this should be valued at instead. So I've done several exercises. The first one is right here. I've taken the averages. So this is the average of all these houses. This is also the average number of rooms and also the average square meters. So we can see that most of these apartments or houses are a bit larger in terms of square meters and also in the number of rooms. That means that for every room you would be paying $212,000, and for every square meter you would be paying $6,000. So as we can see here, they're trying to charge twice that amount per square meter and also twice that amount for the number of rooms. So that makes it very expensive. But if you apply the market numbers, the 200,000 and the 6,000, you would be paying $425,000 for the house or 350,000, depending on how, that's the range, right? And so this is very far from the opportunity, and that's why I think it's overvalued. I did another analysis because this average here considers all the houses in the neighborhood. But if we look at the numbers here, this is for a small house. And what happens is once you start adding many rooms and lots of square meters, the numbers get smaller and smaller. And so I did the second analysis just taking those apartments or houses that are similar in size. So if we look at the numbers again, here we would be paying $230,000 per room and $6,000 per square meter. And so if we apply those numbers to our opportunity here, right, that means that now we would be paying $375,000 or $460,000. It's higher than the previous numbers, and that's because now we are looking at houses that are similar size. And then I did another exercise. I went outside again and I checked all the houses that are larger than the opportunity. And so you can see here some new construction that is very expensive. They have more rooms and also more square meters. And the particularity now is that all these new houses also have a yard that is large, probably larger, much larger than the house that is the opportunity. They also have a garage, some of them, and they also have a swimming pool. And so you could say, yes, this one is closer to the beach, but the others are not so far from the beach and have, the garage and the pool to consider as well. So if we do the numbers again for only these bigger houses, now we can see that the price per room is a bit more expensive and also the price per square meter. However, it's very far still from the 400,000 and the $13,000 that they're asking for. And if we apply these new numbers to the number of rooms and to the square meters, we get a range between $425,000 and $576,000. Again, much lower than the 800,000 that they're asking for. So at this price point, the opportunity should go down another 30% or another 50% to basically match the rest of the conditions of the market. And then I did another exercise, which is this one here. I took the most similar house in terms of the garden, which is probably this one here. They are applying almost $5,000, which is a bit more. And I did some additional numbers. So I said, okay, let's look at this house. And I'm just going to do the analysis based on the number of square meters of the yard. And so what I did is I said, okay, yeah, this is a bit similar. I'm going to apply this number, but the opportunity house doesn't have a garage. So I'm going to discount $75,000, more or less this amount here, because of the garage. And I'm going to discount also $75,000 because the opportunity house doesn't have the pool. But not only that, I'm also going to make another adjustment because, yes, I understand it's close to the beach, but these others are not so far from the beach. And the other adjustment is I find it an inconvenient to have to live in a smaller house that has only 2 rooms and only 61 square meters or 600 square feet versus living in a house that has 4 bedrooms or 200 square meters. And so applying that 80% discount, I'm getting now a bit more expensive $600,000, which is also far from the $800,000 that they are looking for. And so if we apply the percentage, this is telling us that the opportunity house should come down between 25 to 40% or 50% in order for someone to basically buy the house purely on the market and the rest of the houses in the neighborhood. And if someone obviously wants to pay this premium for a small house, then it's up to them. But I expect this house to be coming down over the next few months and quarters, as I said before. So I hope you like this video. Please send me a comment if you have any questions. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much and talk to you soon.